Hello there, and welcome to Sweet Shot of Time. I'm your host, Steve Barnes, and yes, it feels good to have an official podcast discussion again. It's been like 2 or 3 months, so I actually have a co-host today to talk to. I can bounce some ideas off of. So we're going to revisit Welcome to Derry is what we're doing today, and I'm bringing in a set of fresh eyes, a much younger viewer, so they can give their perspective because I think this show is pretty much geared towards younger viewers, and we've been a bunch of old people talking about it. So let's bring her in now. You probably heard us talk about her on this podcast or on other podcasts like One of My Stories or The Citizens of Townsville Z. She's a former competitive roller skater. Yes, that one, the one I keep talking about from the Southeast region. She's currently an amateur creative nail technician, and you can find her work on Instagram at Nailz by Char. It'll be easy to find her because she follows Sweet Shot of Time Pod. Sweet Shot of Time Pod follows Nailz by Char. So here is Nailz by Char right here. It's Charlotte Barnes. Ahoy there, Charlotte.
Ahoy there.
It's a boat here. We like always come aboard boats. So it's boat time, Charlotte. How you doing
Oh,
today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Thank you for no one ever asked me that back. So thanks. I'm okay. I'm actually a little stressed. Work's been kind of sucky today. But I'm getting over it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Were you aware that I've talked about you on this podcast before?
I figured
What, because you're self-centered, or because why did you figure?
because you talk about me all the time. Everyone knows me because of you.
That's true. Yeah. Why do they know you though? They know you from your competitive skating days. We've traveled across the country together. What's your favorite state we've traveled to?
Maybe Ohio, just because that's where my long distance best friend from skating is. We've never done a competition in Ohio, but
Yeah.
that's
But we
that's where that's where my friend lives. And then if I have to say for skating, I would
Mhm.
probably say Nebraska, just because there's actually things to do outside of the rink too, like
Yeah.
the Robbers Cave.
That's
And
right. Yeah, we got lots
yeah,
of pictures from that from our Instagram.
we did. Yeah.
It's weird that like, yeah, I think Nebraska is like was a hot spot for us too, because there was like a lot of like touristy stuff to do in the city that we what was the specific city we were in? It was
We were in
Omaha?
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Okay. I have a very
Yeah.
bad memory for names, Charlotte. You know this.
Yes. But I will say Iowa had this one place called the Edison Pub that had really yummy mac and cheese, and I still think about it to this day. It was at least like 5 or 6 years ago that we had it, but it was the best mac and cheese I've ever had.
Yeah, and you've had like lots of different types of mac and cheese is a pretty common dish. So to like have a specific one stand out after
Yeah,
5 years is high praise.
exactly. It had like breadcrumbs. It was like Parmesan crusted. It was so good. And it was a big portion. If you're ever in Iowa, anyone who's listening, go
Yeah.
to Edison Pub and get their mac and cheese.
Nails by Char. I want to talk about that before we get into Welcome to Derry. I want to get specific. Um, so, how did you start getting into doing nails? Was it from you yourself getting your nails done, or were you into like watching the videos on Instagram?
Um, I would go in and get my nails done at salons, and I always watched how they did it, and it seemed kind of simple. I now know that it's not that simple, but basically, I was just getting my nails done at salons and watching, and then I had a really bad experience at this one place that I was like a 5 year long loyal customer to. They butchered my nails. My nail beds were messed up too.
Yeah.
So, after that, I basically decided that I was only gonna do my own nails from then. So,
And that's
so
been the case since then? You've been doing only your own nails? Because I see your nails all the time and they always look
yeah,
great. No one else has
yes,
touched them.
yes. No one else has touched them.
They're in the camera now. If you're listening audio, she's showing us while you're showing us your nails too. Yeah. Like I think when I think of a nail technician, I'm like, oh, what you got like a emery board and you got some nail polish. But I guess there's more to it than that, right?
There's a lot more to it. Um, so specifically for me, I do acrylics, which is like the lengthened tip onto the nail, and then acrylic, which is like the like hard gel that goes on top that makes it like a little thicker and smooth and nice looking, and then it's polished on top. So there's a lot of different steps and a lot of different products that go into it. I have 5 full drawers of nail supplies. So there's more than just that.
Yeah, and I've seen there's like well, I know that you have like a professional desk there. The desk contains like a vacuum setup so all the dust gets vacuumed away. And it's got like a professional light and it's got what other stuff is necessary? Like specifically, what are kinds of tools that you're using that you're plugging in?
Um, let's see. I have a drill bit somewhere. Um,
I did not know that.
a full drill and drill bit. If you're on video, you see me showing it.
Yes.
You turn it on, it can pause, it can speed up, it can slow down. And then the handle part, you can swap out drill bits. And I have a bunch of different drill bits that have a bunch of different, oh, I'm
Whoops,
dropping
there goes
them.
one.
A bunch of different drill bits that hold a bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
So everything has its own little purpose. That basically, like you said, an emery board slash nail file is what we call them now. No one calls them emery boards anymore.
I'm stuck in the 70s. I'm sorry.
But the it's basically a nail file that goes like super fast. That's really how you can look at
Electric.
it. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
exactly. Um there is a nail lamp. So say you were to get your nails done with gel polish instead of regular polish,
Hmm.
you would have to use a nail lamp. So nail polish itself doesn't, it dries on its own, it air dries, so you have to like set and wait. As for gel polish, there's a lamp, it turns blue,
Hmm.
and um that is the only way that gel polish can dry. Gel polish can't air dry.
Okay.
It can't dry under any other light but UV or LED.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't aware. I thought that when y'all did that, you put your hands into that lamp. That was just like a way to do it faster and not have to wait. So I didn't know it was required. That's
Yeah,
cool.
100% required.
And you often have people come over and you don't just do your nails. All this stuff is to do other people's nails. So you generally have
Yes.
people over and they'll get their nails done. How long does the process usually take?
Since I'm a beginner and I'm still figuring everything out, I would say it usually takes between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
And
At
you're
a
hmm,
regular at a regular nail salon, they can usually do it in about an hour, but they're kind of rushing it just because they were trained to rush it so that they can flip their chair, flip their clients, and get more clients in.
yeah. And you're
Yeah.
doing creative nails. I want to make that clear too. I mean, you of course can do any color nail, clear or whatever, but if you look on Char's Instagram, Nails by Char, Nails with a Z, she's doing images, doing designs, doing themes for like every holiday.
Yeah.
Each
Nail art.
and you look at Charlotte's nails, and she doesn't like to do like all the nails the same. She likes to have like her index fingers are one thing, then her pinkies are like another thing. Like you got to
Yes.
mix it up. I like the way you do that.
So right now I have um 3 different French tips on my thumb, pinky, and ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then my middle and index are little flowers. So they're all mismatched. But they
Yeah.
like tie into each other in a clean, nice way.
Springtimey. Is that what it's supposed to be?
Exactly.
I got it.
Yep.
Yes. Let's start inching towards some TV. I
Okay.
asked you to bring up your three favorite TV shows just so we can relate here because this is mostly a TV podcast. So yeah, if
Yes.
it doesn't matter if you're like your three all time favorites or your three current favorites, but yeah, what's your interests here?
So my top three TV shows at the moment, current,
Okay,
I
gotcha.
couldn't, I felt like I was forgetting one, and I still do feel like I'm forgetting one. I
Okay.
went to like all of my like apps, my streaming apps, and
Hmm.
I couldn't find it. And maybe if it was
Oh,
actually my favorite, I would remember the name of it,
yeah, right.
but that's just not how it works around here. So at the moment, from what I could remember, there's gonna be Pretty Little Liars.
Okay, solid.
Um, yeah, there is Teenage Bounty Hunters. That's a new one on Netflix.
Okay, never heard of
Um,
it.
it's like two teenage twins, and like they're very different from each other, but they got into bounty hunting on accident, and then they like
Okay,
go on these little adventures. And then there's another one on Netflix called Hunting Wives,
is that
and
a
it's
reality show or is that a script
no,
scripted?
it's scripted. It's kind of like a drama slash comedy slash like kind of murder mystery. Like I don't know. There's only one season so far and not that many episodes, so we're getting it's getting there, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. Yeah, we can't relate on TV then, Charlotte. I'm sorry. I don't know any of these shows. I know Pretty Little Liars has some actresses that I like on that show, and it gets good reviews, but
Yeah.
I watched the first two episodes and couldn't get into it. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. It takes some power to like get through the boring stuff and then it gets fun.
Well, I mean, that's how most of the shows I like are too, so that kind of makes sense. But I guess
Yeah.
if it's not relatable from the get go, it's hard to dive into it.
Yeah. I get that.
What genre would you consider these shows?
Um Probably like comedy, drama,
Okay,
and maybe like a little bit of like thriller. I wouldn't say like horror or like anything like that. It's more of like thriller, like killers kind of thing.
okay, thriller dramedy. I guess we'll go with those terms. So
Yeah.
how about some movies? Can we meet in the middle here?
Favorite movies?
Yeah.
You didn't ask me to bring up some favorite movies.
Oh, so this is a pressurized question then. This is
So this
like,
is improv now.
yeah, that's right. Here we go.
Oh, I don't know. Um, probably probably some horror, like a horror movie.
So this
Definitely.
whole Stephen King Welcome to Derry thing sounds like it's
Right
kind
up
of like
my alley.
yeah, exactly. Have you read any other Stephen King books or read any Stephen
Um,
King books, I should say?
yes, I have read it, of course,
Nice.
because I really like the It movies. Mostly mostly the Bill Skarsgård one,
Right.
like chapter 1, chapter 2. Um, the original was fine, but it was kind of goofy. Whereas, like, I mean, of course, it's a clown, like, it's gonna be goofy, but I don't know. The original was just like, I didn't find anything, like, kind of scary about it.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know.
of its time, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was definitely an original.
Well, I wasn't even aware that you read the book It, so I'm very pleased to hear that. So this whole Welcome to Dairy stuff is you already know a lot more than the average person going into this show.
Yeah. So I read it, and I've read Pet Cemetery.
Nice. Little Gage coming back as a little angel. Oh. And what was the cat's name? Churchill? Is that right?
I think so. It's been a long time. I think it was like middle school that I read that.
Okay. It's been a while since I read it too. Maybe it was been middle school since I read it too. I don't know, but I know I read it multiple times. I was very much a Stephen King dork growing up because that was kind of a
Yeah.
genre of kid, is like a Stephen King kid. And I guess that was me.
My old manager gave me a Stephen King like short stories book. Oh, it's right here. I was looking for it. So You Like It Darker.
Right. Yeah. I remember you showing that to me and mom a couple weeks ago, and I've never even heard of that one. So that's something I got to get into as
Yeah.
well.
They're like the short stories. But I don't know. I've kind of been liking horror books more than horror movies and stuff. I don't watch TV that often, so
Something I've noticed about the difference between horror books and horror movies is if a horror book is like a little bit corny, it's easier to swallow than if a horror movie is a little bit corny. So
yeah.
I'm a little more accepting of a horror book than a movie. Whereas if for the movie, it can like really take me out of it if the acting's bad or if it's just too corny.
Yeah, the acting's a big impact of it, I think. But yeah. I mean, like with the book, you're using your imagination, so you can like imagine it to be a lot scarier than a movie can portray it to be.
Yeah, I think particularly with it itself, sometimes the dialogue is kind of unrealistic. Like they talk about, Bill and Richie and Beverly in the book, they have these really eloquent ways of speaking and really huge vocabularies. And then when you see the kids talking that way as actors, it kind of, for me, it takes me out of it a little bit. I don't kind of accept it as much when I'm watching a kid try to say these things. Whereas if I'm reading about a kid saying these things, it's a lot easier for me to picture that, I suppose.
Right. No, yeah, I get that.
Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna
I'm
get back
good.
into Derry itself, like the town of Derry. So I'm gonna ask you just for 1 second, just forget Pennywise and forget the fact that we know the town is haunted because that's something that we're privy to. But the town itself, like the small town of Derry, one stoplight, small population, everybody knows everybody else because everybody shops at the same place. Does that seem ideal to you? Like the kind of place that you'd like to live or visit?
I would totally live or visit there. I actually wrote in my notes, cute small town, tight knit, everyone knows everyone. Exactly what you just said. It's like it's adorable. I like the little like small town vibe. Like and the way that they portray it like in the movie, like not when it's like overrun by the military or
Right.
anything like that. But it's like cute little like it's a cute little town. It's like little like Williamsburg or Carytown. Like it's just like a bunch of little shops and homes and like little suburban neighborhoods. It's adorable.
Yeah, I guess it's doing what it's supposed to be doing because it is supposed to draw you in, like with this old quaintness. Um,
Yeah.
I guess I've kind of learned to be a little bit leery of it, and as like an older person, like I realize some of the downfalls to like having everybody know who you are. Like for example, um, if you were just trying to spend some time by yourself, or if you were trying to do something in secret, you couldn't really get away with it if you ran into anybody from town because they would recognize you. They'd recognize your car. They'd know where you were going. If you were doing something outside of what your normal daily
Routine.
routine was, yeah, they would pick up on that and ask you about it. So for me, the more I think about it, the more I think that I wouldn't want to live there. That I kind of like feel like I am more invisible the more people that are around me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the small town vibes. I mean, it might be because of the fact that we don't live in a small town. So like,
Sure.
but the thing is like even living like in a city, like we still every time I go out, I see someone I know. Like either way.
That is kind of true. I mean, yeah, when I drive my aqua truck around, everybody knows who it is. So it's pretty it sticks out pretty well.
Yeah. So I think like the more you get out or like the more people you know, like that's gonna be your reality either way.
One weird thing about Derry, though, is its tendency. I think they showed it in the first or the second episode where like these kids are beating up another kid, and nobody is stopping this behavior. And we see guys like throwing eggs at signs, and nobody seems to care about that either. So there is this kind of like disconnect among the town folks there. Did you
Yeah.
kind of pick up on that watching this?
Yeah, 'cause when Charlotte like her first day going into town, like she tried to
Right.
break it up when no one else did. Like everyone else was kind of just looking. Like
It made
boys will be boys,
it
kids will
made
be
me think that
kids.
if she wasn't there, what would have happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably happened regularly before her, so I don't think it would have really changed the dynamic of anything.
I suppose not. Um, but yeah, this show we being you and I have watched the first 5 episodes only. I probably should have said that at the top, but here's a good enough place to say it anyway. So you've only seen episodes 1 through 5 at this point.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. Um, I mean my impression of the show itself, it's a little confusing at the beginning,
Hmm.
but it kind of starts like tracing back, like the dots start connecting. There's a like few areas that are like leaving leaving me with questions. I don't know if episode 6 and above are gonna help answer them, but I don't know. It seems pretty good so far. I'm liking the plot. I'm liking the timeline.
Do you
So,
think do you think being familiar with like having read the book It and seeing like those movies is helpful, or do you think that really has nothing to do with the story that we're watching?
um, yeah, I think it's helpful to know because like you kind of like reading the book and like watching the movies first, it kind of gives you like a layout of what all goes on. Like, oh, well, this thing comes out every 27 years. Oh, this this town is Derry. Weird stuff happens here, and it's mostly the kids that end up being targeted. Like you know that stuff. Whereas like and if you just like start randomly, you're gonna be like, why is this kid hitchhiking out of Derry? Then he's going into a town named Derry. Oh, and now there's a flying baby attacking him. And like there's so many little like hints and stuff like in the first episode for example, like this like demon baby thing.
Yes.
It 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 from what I've gotten, it kills Maddie. And like Maddie has a little pacifier. Pacifier flies out of the car, and then the car's floating across the river, just like in the movie with the like paper boat.
Right.
And then like there's the it house there, and like things tie in, and you're like, oh, I've seen that before. So I think it's helpful.
How about if no if how about if you haven't seen any of that stuff? It seems like a lot of stuff gets thrown at you, and it could be it's almost as if it's designed to be confusing in a way to me. So I guess that's my main question is if somebody like, yourself, you're younger or maybe your friends and they're getting introduced to this thing and they see the first episode, would they be compelled to keep watching?
say so. I think so. Yeah, even if they haven't seen the movies, but, like, I think it's more helpful and, like, more interesting if you have seen the movies, but I think you can jump in without seeing the movies or reading the book.
This is something I was going to ask you later on, but I'm going to pull it up now because we're talking about it. So, what do you, the way I see it, let me say that, is I see like three appeals to this show. I would see it's a horror show, it's a show that features kids, which is like, kind of like a genre of itself. And then it's a Stephen King show also. So it kind of has that going for it. Do you think one of those things is more, draws people in more than the other?
Um, I think that the main appeal is probably the fact that it's Stephen King and the kid actors.
I
Just
kind of,
I think the kid actor, like, a lot of shows are starting to do that ever since like Stranger Things got super popular with like the like sci-fi horror
sure.
um kind of like twist to it. So the kid actors have been really popular lately. And then also like Stephen King horror, like all the horror movies are like coming out, and I mean it's smart for them to add onto the, like, I would say the most popular form of Stephen King movies. Like some could say Shining or anything like that, but I
Hmm.
think I would say probably it is the most known.
Absolutely, especially like right now. The way
Yeah,
that the Machetes split it up into two movies was very unique. And I think like other movies are kind of copying that format going
yeah,
forward. Like Spider-Man entered the Spider-Verse did the exact same thing as well. And there's another movie that I can't think of what it is top of my head, but yeah, it's a popular thing to make a two-parter movie, and it was like the forefront of that.
yeah,
I think it's just a way to make a really long, super super long movie to keep the keep the nation's attention for multiple years and to make double your money.
yeah. That's true. Yeah. Unlike how was it the last Marvel movie was like 5 hours long.
Yep. Well, what really makes this show Welcome to Derry, I guess, is the fact that it's a horror. What are some cool scary scenes or some cool moments that you've seen so far that you're into?
The story when Dick went into Daniel's mind, like the Indian story about like the origin
Yes.
of Pennywise and like his forms and like the black things, whatever they are, like the staffs that keep them protected from this. What did they call it? The Galoose or something?
The glue, yeah. That's
Galoo.
right. That was I wrote that down as one of my favorite parts of this whole entire series too. It's like the Shakapewa Indians, and it's like their fable of the Galoo as told by Taniel. So
Yeah,
when I saw that, like I was getting goosebumps watching it because I wasn't quite sure if I was like loving this show at that point. And like when I saw that part, the end of episode 4, like I kind of knew like, oh yeah, big things are coming. I'm into this.
yeah. I agree. I really like that story. Um, of course, I have the sewers on episode 5 when the kids meet Pennywise.
Okay, yeah, like that's
Like that.
Maddie. Maddie is Pennywise in that form, right?
No, Pennywise is Maddie.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I meant to
So
say.
yeah, and like they're this is one of the flaws that I had is like
Oh,
they they the kids had like the like mommy's little helper, like the like drugs,
yeah.
probably Xanax, right?
I'd say Valium, but yeah.
Okay. Um like the kids are super high. Like they're like slurring their words and everything. And like these drugs are so they don't get anxious or scared, which is what Pennywise feeds off of. So they're super high,
Yeah.
but Maddie's still there. Like Pennywise is still there, like in the form.
Yeah.
I'm and then like he gets like his head opens up and it turns into teeth and then it turns into Pennywise. And like these kids are like scared out of their minds. And I'm like, y'all were just drugged up on stuff to not make you scared. And all of a sudden you're like super scared. So I just that was a flaw I noticed because like it worked all the other times, but it's not gonna work this time.
Yeah, I think that is kind of like a writer flaw where like they immediately when they see Pennywise, it's like the whole Valium plot just drops immediately, and now they're just scared kids.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see your logic in that.
But that was a really good scene. And I liked
What song?
the song that Maddie sang. The like all the tunnels are underground.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, the cutesy pie, creepy kind of vibe to it. I guess you'd call that.
Yeah. And it adds to like the intro song, like the smile song.
Sure. Yeah,
I thought it was adorable.
I have that
Um,
down as one of my favorite moments as well, Charlotte. So we're on the same page here. It looks like.
Perfect. Um, my last favorite moment was probably I think it was Teddy, like the short guy with the curly hair.
Hmm.
Um, that like how he had like the first scary moment, like how like he was like in his bedroom and like his
Yes.
lamp turned into like the like skin, and it reminded me of like that one serial killer that I don't remember the name of that turned like
Hmm.
his victims into like furniture. It reminded me of that, so I really liked that scene just because it reminded me of something else.
Yeah, cool. I kind of wish we'd seen more of that guy too. I like Teddy, and it
Yeah,
kind of sucked that he only lasted for 1 or 2 episodes.
I agree. I also liked the fact that his brother is the one who came in and like saw him like sweating up a storm and super scared, and he was like, I can't believe I'm related to you. Like
Yes.
rolls his eyes and walks away as if like literally nothing happened. I think it's funny.
It is funny, but it's also tragic because it's like, why didn't Stan like he wasn't concerned? Teddy looks so scared, and it's like,
I mean, I
know,
feel like that's just like
hug him.
older brother stuff. It's kind of just like, well, that was strange. Why is he acting like that? I don't know. I liked it. And it made it like added some like comedic relief to
You're not
like
alone there. Lindsay made the exact same point as well when I talked to her when we recorded that episode. So you're definitely not alone. Oh yeah, and
yeah,
speaking of which, that was something that you and I watched this series or watched the first 1 or 2 episodes, like when the show first came out. And I remember you were making a early prediction that Maddie was actually Pennywise in Maddie form. This was very early on, and I remember like, no, 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 Charlotte, that's not right. And then episode 5 came out, and it was right.
and it was right.
So yeah, I got to give you some credit for that foresight there.
I just I can just tell when things are coming, when big things are coming, and I can usually predict them.
Can you tell when bad things are coming? Are there any scenes that didn't work for you in this series?
What do you mean didn't work for me?
Yeah, like any scenes that as you were watching them, for example, for me, the scene that didn't work for me the most was the graveyard scene where they tried to do the seance and then they were chased by the goofy ghosts. That scene did not work for me at all. So I was just wondering if there's any scenes like that for you that kind of took you out of the moment
Oh yeah, that graveyard scene was like really bad. That was like
universally.
really bad. In episode 5, when they were like exploring the sewers,
Hmm.
the um the psychic dude Dick.
Hmm.
Um, when he got like dragged underwater, and then all of a sudden like he was in like the bathtub
Right.
and like talking with his eyes to his mom while like his dad opened some box, like that did not resonate with me at all. I don't know if it's because I haven't finished it. Like I don't know if the dots will connect later, but like I I like I was just like, all right, like get it over with. Come on. Like let's get back to the sewers.
They didn't spell it out too clearly, and I think that you had to have not just be familiar with the world of it, but also be familiar with The Shining and with Doctor Sleep as well to fully understand what was happening there. Which I don't mind telling you right now, if you're kind of asking, I can help you along there because
Okay.
it's not a spoiler necessarily. Um, in a previous episode, Dick had talked about shutting everything away into a box in his mind, like all of his fears. He said he shuts away into a little box inside of his mind,
Yeah.
and the vision that he had was supposed to be the vision of his father was supposed to be actually Pennywise. What happened was like Pennywise subverted his vision, and Pennywise was able to get into his vision and take on the form of Dick's grandfather and force Dick to open that box up. So now Dick can see like all the dead people that he's been trying not to see.
Okay. That does make more sense now. So that's why when he came out of the sewer, he could see what's his name?
Paulie, yes.
Polly. He could see Polly dead.
Right. So going forward,
Okay.
he's
He's
gonna
just like a medium and like he can't put that away. He can't
exactly.
stop that from happening. He's just always gonna see dead people now.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, they didn't do a great job of explaining that,
No,
but
they really didn't. Now that it's been explained to, I feel like I can appreciate the scene more.
you're
But
welcome.
thanks. But I don't know. It's just like before having that explained to me, I'm just like, okay, this guy, like, he's doing like the Pennywise eyes, he's smiling, and then he's just like opening a box and like
Yeah, what's the
Dick and
big
his
deal?
grandma are like mind talking, like, don't do it, don't do, you better not let him, don't let him. It doesn't, it doesn't make sense to me, or it didn't.
Well, you do know that he and his grandma can both are both telepathic, and they could do that during their lives.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and that's why his, I guess, grandpa. I thought I figured it was his dad,
Mhm.
but that's why his grandpa was like, "Don't be talking through your eyes again."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And then my next lame scene was probably Will and his dad when they went fishing. And I mean, like, I
Okay.
understand. I like Will got dragged into the water by his dad, who had been like, he was burned. They said that it was from a plane crash. I
Mhm.
get that. I can tell that that's like subtle foreshadowing, unsubtle foreshadowing. It's telling me
Sure.
straight up that like he's about to die in a plane crash and he's gonna be like burned, bruised, and battered.
Yes. Not in a plane crash, but yes, you got all the rest of it completely right. Yes.
Yeah. So like it's very unsubtle foreshadowing that that is what's happening. But I feel like they could like do so much better other than like, oh, Will saw a fish, and now, oh, he's getting dragged underwater, and he has cuts in his arms, and like I guess it's like I understand how it can be a good part of the story, but I feel like they could have showed it better.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. It didn't necessarily bother me, and it would not have made it into my like my lamest scenes list. but I do remember like watching that scene for the first time and not being overwhelmed by it and not
Yeah,
being scared. So it sounds like I'm agreeing with you.
yeah, yeah. Do you have any other lamest scenes?
What did I write down for my lamest scenes here? Yeah, I was disappointed. You talked about when they went down in the sewers. I was a little bit disappointed in some of those sewer scenes because Pennywise appearing was pretty scary, but the scene with like the Uncle Sam skeleton soldier kind of left me blank. Um, and then the whole way that they got separated from each other.
Last thing I heard was you talking about how you didn't understand the Uncle Sam,
Yes,
and
and
my
which is
jaw was on the floor, which I like because I liked that Uncle Sam part.
well, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. And the way that the kids, the logistics of the sewers, I guess possibly Pennywise could be manipulating like their perspective of the sewers, perhaps. But I don't know. Just something about the layout of the sewers just didn't scare me as much as I thought it should have.
Yeah, I get that. It's more of like it's like portrayed as like a maze, which is like the scary part with a bunch of like dead ends.
And I guess it's my expectation too, because like we were talking about how at the end of episode 4, they were talking about Daniel's vision, and the last thing you see was like they're entering into front of 29 Neobolt Street house. And it's like, wow, I can't wait till the next episode. And then the next episode, I was just unimpressed with the sewers, with
Yeah,
the exception of Pennywise. I adore the man. I love the man. So I'm down with the clown, Charlotte. I got to say it.
I agree. I liked the Uncle Sam part just because like Pennywise goes to like he changes forms based on like your like these are military men. Like it's Uncle Sam. Like that's like
I
they're
get
probably
it.
like traumatized by that.
I get it. I don't know. Just for me, I was like thumbs down.
Yeah, I
Boo.
mean like maybe if like the show had like a better way to like give like more background to like the side characters, it'd
Yeah.
be easier. Like, oh, there's my son in the sewers. Oh, there's my wife. Oh, there's my mother-in-law. Like, I don't know.
Yep.
Stuff
Named
like
all of
that,
them.
but like these are like military men that we don't know the stories of. So like I feel like the best and like kind of comedic relief form of it is Uncle Sam. We want you. I want you.
I mean, you said the magic words, comedic relief, because it did make me laugh. I admit.
Yeah.
So it did work in that respect.
Yeah. It was like a cringy kind of thing. Yeah. I liked it.
Well, we know we both love Pennywise, but I'm going to back up now and go back to some of our favorite and or standout characters. I mean, of course, Pennywise. Everybody loves this guy, and I will
Yes.
say that I love Pennywise. Well, you haven't seen this yet, so I can't talk about it. So something happens in episode 8 with Pennywise that we can't talk about. Spoiler,
Oh,
Charlotte.
great.
But
I'll
beyond
be watching
Pennywise,
for it.
and you can include Pennywise if you want. But who are some of your favorite and or standout characters that you are into?
Um, I really like Will. I think that he plays a good part in it because like he's he's like the only one who like hasn't been in Derry for that long.
Right,
Yet,
outsider perspective.
yeah, he has the outsider perspective, and at the same time, he kind of has a like voice of reason compared to the other kids.
That's true.
I
Yeah,
don't know. He just like he seems like the like smartest
yeah,
kind of.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I have him. I have Charlotte, of course. Charlottes have to stick together. So
Oh, because of her name, you're down with her?
no, no. I like how she she tried to like protect Grogan, and
Right. That's right.
um I liked um like how she portrayed herself at the like police station, like highlighting her importance, basically getting it done.
She's definitely somebody that has fought in the civil rights movements, and you can tell that she carries that in her character.
Yeah, yeah. And then I have Rich because he's funny and he's like
Yeah.
out of the way. My my favorite scene with him was probably in the sewers when him and Marge were like holding hands, and like they turn around, the other
Yeah.
kids turn around and they're like, "Are you holding hands?" And Marge is like, "No." And Rich is like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I really liked that. That was funny to me.
It's hard not to like Rich. I mean, yeah, did you notice that something I want to point out to you now before it's too late in the series is you know that he's like part of the band. You probably already got the gist of that when he was in the hallway in his band uniform.
Yeah.
Do you know what instrument he plays in the band?
No.
Okay, he's a drummer. Most people didn't pick up on that either. I didn't pick up on it either. But he carries around drumsticks and he has a drum that's like next to him in some of the scenes. Um, that could or could not come into play later.
Okay. Alrighty then. I'll watch out for that. I'll watch out for his drum scene, his drum solo.
That's right. And yeah, Rich is definitely one of my favorite standout guys as well. And one of my favorites, probably my top favorite besides Pennywise, would be Marge herself. I just love the way Marge changes throughout the series. You never really know what page she's on, but it usually looks like she knows what the right thing to do is, but she doesn't always act on it.
I hate Marge.
You hate Marge.
Yes. She's
That's a strong word, Charlotte.
she's she's on my standout list for the
Oh,
fact that I do not like her.
why? What is it you don't like about her?
Um so yes, I understand, like, she wants to fit in, she's gonna do whatever she can to fit in. I get that. So, like, she wants to be part of the patty cakes, so she's gonna go and, like,
Yeah.
intrude on their little friendship and
Hmm.
be try to be a patty cake when her name isn't even Patty.
You can't relate to that at all. Like trying to like be friends with people who are cooler and they're like kind of maybe being your friend and maybe not. I just relate to that really well.
Well, I don't like her. She also,
You don't have
like,
to. Okay.
she goes to like sabotage Lily, like, oh, let's get you freshened up so you can talk to this football player who definitely wants a piece of you. And yes, like, let's go to the bathroom, freshen you up. And then she's like, all right, well, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Hmm.
Hey, this I have something to tell you. And then she turns into Slug Eyes.
Hmm. That's right. Like this is what I got to say about that. It seems like she was following her bad side, but then like her good side, her little angel on her shoulder, like finally spoke up and overpowered the devil on her other shoulder. So I kind of saw that as a redemption personally.
Well, she never got to get it out. And then
That's true.
and then she's over here, she's like in the infirmary and they're like Lily's like, "Well, what did you tell them?" And she's like, "Please, I would go to Juniper Hill if I told them the truth." Which is basically making fun of Lily because Lily went to Juniper Hill. And it's like, "Oh, you went to an insane asylum, so, like, if I said anything, like, I would be in an insane asylum. So, I would be, like, that low, just like you." She's trying to be better than everyone else, and I don't like her. Also, I can't get past the glasses. They're really like they're she's
They didn't have a lot of styles to choose from back then. I think they had like 3 pairs, like the cheetah pair, the nerd pair, and then the gigantic pair.
yeah, I get that. But I like episode 1, she's like, "I got new glasses. Do they make me look like a four eyes?" And no one tells her the truth.
You're not
Now I
wrong.
feel a little sympathetic for her because she looks crazy in those glasses.
Yes.
I can't get past it. And it like
Mm.
it doesn't help. It doesn't help her case.
I'm not gonna make you like her. Obviously, it's not gonna happen even if I tried, but I don't know. I'm just looking at her as a well-rounded character, I suppose.
Maybe the last few episodes, maybe she'll do something good.
I that's
And
yes, you haven't seen everything yet, so I guess we're talking about this from episodes 1 through 5, but even
yes,
so, when I look back at my notes, because before you and I recorded just now, I looked back at all my notes from me and Lindsay when we had recorded, and yeah, I was kinda saying this all along, like, how much I like Marge. So maybe I don't know, Charlotte. I have no excuse here.
I don't know.
We're
I think that you might just relate to her because you want to fit in and you wanted to fit in when you were that age just as
so
bad as
bad.
she does. But times have changed. And like I feel like it's pretty easy to tell that like those girls do not want to be your friend. Calm down, Marge.
I mean, yeah, it's painfully obvious. It really is.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, I agree with you that watching this happen is painful to watch, but it just it's relatable. I guess that's where come in is the relatability.
yeah. And I'm sorry that you relate to her because it's
Well,
sad.
it's gonna happen. Um, yeah. So far, like when we see Pennywise and we see these scary scenes, is there like a particular Pennywise shape that scares you more than any other?
So the Maddie one was really realistic. And like before like the scene where like Pennywise is Maddie,
Hmm.
like it's not he's not like tricking anyone into like believing that it's something else. Like it's just like straight up like, "Hey, I'm scaring you right now. Hey, this is what I want you to see." Not like a, "Oh, I'm going to be something else and I'm going to lead you into this place. I'm going to lead you to a dead end and then I'm going to get you." Where all the other ones were kind of just like, "Oh, this is what I'm doing. Boo." He really had these kids believing, and I didn't realize in the show's case, you don't realize before that like he can like trick you like that because all the other ones they're kind of like nightmare material.
Right. So kind of more of a rooted in reality scare
Yeah,
where you're not expecting it as much.
exactly.
Did you kind of get any kind of inkling that Maddie was Pennywise before the reveal? Because when you rewatch it, it's easy to see that he has this gray skin and that he doesn't get, high on the Valium like everybody else does. But the
Yeah.
first time you watched it, did you pick up on that or was it a shock?
Um, I picked up that something was wrong. Something was like off, but I didn't think of it as like Pennywise. I thought of it as more of a like, oh geez, he's been hiding in the sewers and like him being like, "Oh, I escaped. It sleeps during the day," or whatever.
Could sound
It was
okay.
kind of believable.
I thought so too. Like that kind of explained why his skin looks so bad.
Yeah, like, "Oh, I haven't eaten. Oh, I haven't been able to take a shower in a month."
Yeah.
Looking back, it's a lot more reasonable to like be able to tell.
Now this series has only has season 1 released so far. They haven't officially announced season 2 and season 3 yet. It hasn't been officially announced, and if you see something about season 2, you wanna make sure to approach with caution and maybe fact check against some such, entertainment sites like Deadline, Variety, or The Hollywood Reporter, because they keep up on the facts and they report things as they occur, and if it's not on one of those 3 sites, then it's probably not true. And so Lindsay and I have found ourselves in online arguments with people who insist that season 2 has been greenlit and that they're filming it, when the fact is they haven't even written the scripts for season 2 yet, unfortunately.
We talked about this like in person when we first were watching it, how how the the plan or the hopes for the plan is gonna be like, oh, well, this was 27 years back. Now we're gonna go another 27 years back. It would be similar to like the like Scream movies or the Terrifier movies and like all the like basic horror movies. That's like, oh, well, like this happened 27 years ago and then 27 more years go by and like everyone's a little older and like now it's like this person's like kid going through it, like
Right.
stuff like that. So I would hope for it to be like a new set of actors going through the same thing but in a different kind of like in a different timeline, in a different plot. They could keep coming up with ideas and like plots, like dating all the way back to like the glue.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really fun to see. I might have said this when I was talking to Lindsay, perhaps, but I'll say it again because I think this would be really fun if we go back 27 years in the past and we're going to see a young General Shaw and a young Rose and like maybe a young Dick Halloran and like everybody when they were 27 years younger as they were kids.
Yeah.
Um, I think that would just be really cool to portray and stick to the same town, stick to the exact same set, but just have these same characters as kids, and maybe they forget.
Yeah, I mean, like the General Shaw and the Aunt Rose scene, like when how they were like
Hmm.
friends then. I mean, like General Shaw, like he forgot everything. He
Exactly.
did
Yeah.
until he saw Aunt Rose and like like started like randomly remembering certain snippets. Like they could like somehow be brainwashed out of remembering.
Yeah, and that's neat because like they it makes it very convenient for the story writers because sometimes when you're watching the thing and like you're like, don't you remember that happened like when your childhood? But this is a good device. Like anything could happen because they don't remember anything. So
Yeah,
everybody's like a blank slate.
exactly. And I mean, it could end up being like all of these people 27 years and then like their parents and then their parents and then their
Yep.
parents going all the way to like the Indians and like colonists, like all of it. Like it'd be hard to find like flaws if it's just like, oh well, their memory was wiped somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how are they supposed to remember? They don't like they don't have the memories anymore. It's not possible for them to remember. That's why they don't believe the kids.
Pennywise ate their memories. he feeds
Exactly.
he feeds on fear and memories. Why not?
Right. Might as well.
I haven't seen all of Stranger Things. I've seen Stranger Things seasons 1 through 3,
Okay.
and I kinda didn't like Stranger Things season 3, so I didn't continue watching it. But I
I
want
finished it all.
yes. I enjoy Welcome to Derry more because it's set in Derry, a town I'm familiar with. Stranger Things definitely has some advantages where they have strong characters that seem to have become almost iconic in a way. Like the character of Eleven is pretty much an icon when it comes to fictional characters.
Yeah, the Demogorgon.
Right. I mean, of course, Pennywise is that as well, but these kid characters could never compare to like Dustin or Eleven.
No, not at all.
So do you find one show stronger than the other?
Um, yeah, I basically say the exact same thing where like the plot of Welcome to Derry and like the like idea of the show, in my opinion, is better and stronger. But the acting and the characters in Stranger Things is so much better.
You think the acting as well?
The acting as well. Like
Okay.
like you can, for example, I wrote this down on like my extra notes. Like I can tell like some of the characters in Welcome to Derry like through their movements and through their facial expressions, I can tell that like, oh, they did commercial acting. For example,
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Will Hansen
Hanlon.
Hanlon,
Hmm.
he had a background in musical theater. I'm convinced of it. I haven't looked it up. Don't quote
What?
me on that because I could be
Okay.
wrong, but I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. When he like right before he was on his bike, he jumped off his bike, ran into the house to look for the picture of the clown in the cemetery,
Right.
but like Charlotte had got into it first. Like the way that he like crept into his house, crept into his room, I was like, oh, he's done musical theater. He has been in a play. Like I don't know if he's been on TV before, but he's definitely been in a play. Like stuff like that. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the acting could be a lot stronger.
So you're saying they do more stage acting than like personable acting, I guess?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And I
I
mean,
mean,
it could be because they're a lot younger. Because like, I mean, I'm sure that like in Stranger Things, like if I looked back at like season one compared to like the new seasons, like I'm sure I'd be able to tell that like when they were kids, they were a lot worse at acting too. But
I mean, it's possible, sure. They
I don't know.
these Welcome to Dairy kids have gotten a lot of flack for their acting, and I've been really easy on them because that's not the kind of thing I really pay close attention to. But I do think that I do know, I shouldn't say I think. I know that the actress who portrays Marge is a seasoned actress. She's been in multiple series before this one. And I think it kind of shows. And I think that might be one of the reasons that I connect with that character is because she does a better job of playing a character, perhaps.
I agree with that. I think that her I think Rich is really good at his own like acting. I think that Maddie is really good, but like Lily and Will and like Teddy, for example, like
Hmm.
I feel like they're a lot lower on the scale of like experience.
And it just so happens to be unfortunate that Lily and Will are like our main kid characters that carry the show.
Right. I mean, Will does a good job, but like I can just like that one scene, like I just like I saw that and I couldn't unsee it.
Yeah, it
I
happens.
was like, "Oh, he was in Newsies."
Well, Newsies.
I do have a few more things.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you. Did you have a few more things, Charlotte?
Yes, a few more.
Yeah, what you got?
Okay, so I've already mentioned that Will had a background in theater. Yes, Marge wants to fit in, tries to hurt her little bestie Boo, and then changes her mind. Um, but I can't get past the four eyes. Let's see.
What do you mean you get?
Um,
I'm a four eyes here. You see, I wear glasses every day of my life.
okay, but your eyes don't double in size
Uh,
with your glasses. Like that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's
Yeah,
funny.
she does have the bug eyes. That's true. And we got to
Yeah.
remember that's not exactly her fault. It's a product of the times.
Alrighty. As for Lily, I said gullible, lucky, and only lucky. Like she'd
Yeah,
be dead if it weren't for her luck. Like
that's
somehow she's insanely lucky. And then I wrote down straight drug dealer.
drug dealer. Oh, Lily. Yeah. Doesn't her mom notice that all her drugs are gone?
Right.
She's a bad
Um,
drug dealer too because she just gives them away all for free. She doesn't ask for anything in return.
exactly. Not even like give me a buck.
Are
Um,
you hearing Hopper in the background as well, Charlotte?
yes.
Yes, it's coming from both ends, James. We apologize.
Sorry, James. As for Grogan, how did he escape jail? Why didn't they show us?
I have an answer for you. Um, it's just it only happens during dialogue. You see him getting packed up on the bus with all the other guys, and then the
Yes.
next time you see him is when he is in
In the lady's car.
yes, and then they do the little fake out where they start kissing, and then he tells her that something attacked the bus on the way to Shawshank. He said he didn't see it, but everybody was screaming and panicking, and he was able to escape.
Oh, I missed
So
that part then, I guess.
basically, Pennywise attacked the bus, is what he described.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I watched it twice. I watched that episode 2 times, and I guess I missed it both times.
It was right after the kiss, so you were probably still
Mm.
like, "Woo!"
I was probably still like, how do they know each other? Why are they kissing right after he kidnaps her? And like, why is she scared after like him being like, don't say a word, don't look back, drive. And she's just like if you know him, then be like, oh hey, instead of instead of looking all scared and stressed.
That's for us, the viewer. You know that's a little one for us, not for her.
I guess. Um, let's see. As for the like black rock thing that protects,
Oh,
what's it called?
I
The
don't know what it's
stick thing?
officially called, but they call them pillars.
Oh yes, the pillars, the black pillar.
Yeah,
Um, so like Taniel has it in his hand. Him and these military guys, like they're walking, they're walking, they're walking. The military guys get distracted. Taniel starts running for it. He has a
right,
straight path. He drops it.
right.
Yeah? He
Mhm,
drops it mid running in a straight
mhm.
line. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So, at the end of episode 5, how did
Mhm.
it end up at a dead end?
Okay, that's a very great question, Charlotte. It's a question that I don't have an answer for, and that I don't think anybody has an answer for. But the best answer that I heard, somebody guessed that perhaps the force of the water through the sewer kind of pushed it along there and like gradually pushed it over to Lily. And that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. But that's
I agree.
that's the best answer I could think of.
Like, I guess water pressure, like, it could push it there, but, like,
Eh,
it pushed it to a dead end.
yeah, yeah,
Like, it pushed it to a cement wall. Yes, there was, like, bars, but that was, like, above the water line. Like,
yeah.
Lily was sitting against a wall.
Yes. She was her back against the wall, literally. Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
So, yeah, water pressure is the only thing that I could even begin to guess.
yeah. I noticed that my second time watching. I didn't notice it the first time, but I
Right.
noticed it my second time watching it, and I was like, "Huh, how'd that get there?"
I think the machetes were hoping that you would not notice that. It's probably
Well,
what they
I
were banking
did.
on.
I noticed it, machetes.
Okay, well, we're gonna wrap it up then. We're right here at the 5:30 mark. I mean, the hour and a half mark. whatever. Um, yeah, thank you for joining me, Charlotte. I hope you had an okay time. And one more chance to plug yourself on Instagram. Tell people where to find you, or you can just keep quiet if you don't want anybody to find you.
You can follow my nail Instagram on Nailz with a Z by Char. Um, I follow the podcast, so you can just search in the podcast followers or following. And
Yes,
then you can also find my personal Instagram, Charlotte B underscore oh 06.
that's right. And you can find me at Sweet Child of Time Pod on Instagram, or send us an email at sweetchildoftimepod@gmail.com. It's great to have a guest again because it's the last few episodes I've been doing it by myself. So thank you for allowing me
To be
I don't
social.
know. Thanks for joining me, Charlotte.
You're welcome. I'm so happy to let you be social.
Yeah.
Give
And
you give you a chance to talk to people.
I love it. And just like the movie It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2, we're going to do a Chapter 1 with me and Charlotte and a Chapter 2 with me and Charlotte. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, you'll have that in your ears as well. But for now, we're going to say goodbye. So until next time, Charlotte and all our listeners, I hope you find water and shade and shoes.
And
Bye.
shoes. Bye.